Hey everyone, Karan here from TechRevs. This year has been really great for GPU pricing since for the past 2 years there was a boom of crypto mining and the graphic cards pricings were really off the chart. And with the launch of GTX 1650 right now, which just happened one day ago, they have proved that at $150 you can get a lot of value for money. Or does the 1650 prove that, or was it already proved? Let's just find out right now whether the 1650 is a worthy upgrade for you from a 1050 or not. Hello everyone. Just so we can go through it, this is the GTX 1050 page for in the NVIDIA, and as per them the performance is supposed to be 70% faster than the 1050 and 2 times faster than 950. I don't know if that's a great performance metrics. Along with that, specs 1665 megahertz, 4 GB GDDR5 memory, and 8 gigabytes of memory speed. Now, 1665 megahertz is, if I'm correct, only for the 75 watt TDP card, which does not have a dedicated PCI connector. The GTX 1650 has launched for a full price of $150. For that, you can get the base variant, and in India, the price is roughly 13,500 rupees. You can get the Zotac base single fan variant, which will have a total wattage of 75 watts. We are going to check out price and performance of the GTX 1063 gigabytes and RX 570 cards in comparison to the GTX 1650. But first, let us start with the pricing first. For that, I'm going to refer to the Indian website MD Computers, as they generally have a tendency to keep an up-to-date pricing available for the graphics card. So first, we are going to check out the GTX 1650 Dual OC, which will match the pricing or the typical use case scenario of RX 570 and the GTX 1063 gigabytes. So the pricing is at around 14,299, and this is the Asus variant. Let us check out the non-PCIe connection one. And this is the single fan variant, the Zotac GTX 1650 OC at 13,500 rupees. You can see this card looks like it will be really good for those budget mini ITX, micro ITX builds. And if you're strained by your SMPS size. Coming to our Asus competitor, this is the Asus ROG Strix. It is one of the most overclocked GPUs of the RX 570, and it's a very neat looking design. It's got a great shroud over here with dual fans, so it's really good, and it's only for 13,799, which is roughly the price of a Zotac. Along with that, if we have an NVIDIA competitor, which they were saying that it would be the leaks indicated that it would be faster than RX 570 and the GTX 1060, or at least match them. So this is the Asus GTX 1060 Dual, and it's priced at 13,499 rupees, which is again pretty cheap. Yeah, it's actually cheaper than I thought it would be. Now that the pricing is out the way, pricing I can say is similar across the board. Let us check out what the performance is going to be. Now, for checking out the performance, of course I don't have the cards with me, so I'm going to refer to GTX 1650 review given by PC Gamer, because my experience with them has that they have generally been unbiased. So let's just go and check out their review. So as you can see, these guys are using PC gamers are using the factory overclock model like Asus and MSI card, and I'm guessing they're using the Gaming X variant, if I'm correct. So the pricing lands bang over here, and in fact a bit more expensive. It's at around 14,500 rupees. So exactly slightly a bit more than the pricing that we would be getting the graphic cards for of RX 570 and the GTX 1660. Now, they have done a 13 game average in medium settings and ultra settings. I'm not referring to the ultra settings because I feel that that is not exactly where these cards are headed. I feel the medium settings is a bit more, balanced and better way of actually testing these cards out, because it would sort of negate some of the bottlenecks that we would generally face with these cards. Okay, so squarely 1650 of 13 games average. So in 13 game average, let me just give you an idea of the games that are there. So there's AC Origins, Beef Battlefield 5, Deus Ex, Division 2, Far Cry 5, Fortnite, Forza, GTA 5, Hitman 2, Metro Exodus, Middle Earth, Shadow of War, Strange Brigade, Warhammer 2. Okay. Now the good thing with these benchmarks is what I've seen is there's a good mix of games that favored the green team and good mix of games that favored the red team, which is the AMD and the GeForce team. So that's really good that they've kept that into consideration. So in medium settings, we can clearly see the GTX 1650 is clearly slower than the GTX 1060 and slower than the RX 570 by a good 17 to 15% margin. Uh, I mean, basically that is it. They're slower than these cards. So should you buy these cards right now, or should you even think of buying these cards? No, don't buy these cards. If you are planning to build a mini ITX computer, these cards will be really slow because right now you're seeing the overclock variant that is much slower than the stock variants of these cards. So just don't go for this card. Don't buy it. It's been a huge scam by Nvidia. This should have launched maybe in the price range of $100, not more than that. So in conclusion, should you buy the GTX 1650 or not? My guess is as good as yours. You shouldn't. If you are checking the performance metrics out, that was the best case scenario that this graphic card will have in comparison to the 1063 GB or the RX 570. Just save up your money and buy a RX 570 or a 1063 GB. That is all for me, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.